Okay, it's December 24th, about 7:30 in the morning, maybe not quite 7:30. We had a freeze last night. It started about 4:45 or so. It got to about 32 degrees here, and we're currently at 29 degrees on the property. No real frost because humidity was kind of low and it was breezy. But I used this smudge pot last night. Well, I turned it on about what? Oh, must have been a little after 5 o'clock. I turned this on, fired it up for the jackfruit tree because we've got a fair amount of fruit getting ready. That's a male flower there, but that's you can see the difference. That's a female flower. There's a few others. And you never know with these freezes and stuff. It could have gotten down to 26, 25 degrees. But you can see my temperature sensor for the inside weather station it's hanging right there on the far side of the tree. So firing this up, it kept the tree, according to the sensor over there, about 35 to 36 degrees, fluctuated back and forth between there. But this jackfruit tree has finally started doing better, and I didn't want to lose it. And we have an opportunity to finally get fruit off this tree this year. And so, yeah, it looks like tonight was a success on this. And we got another freeze coming tonight, so we will probably have to do this again tonight, and hopefully keep everything going well. Okay, it's about 7:30 in the morning on December 24th. This is the tunnel for trying to protect the potatoes. That's tomatoes underneath this big area. I got this big tarp, so I just tarped this whole thing. And I got a 1500 watt heater in there, and it kept it about 10 degrees warmer in there. It's about 40 degrees in there versus 29 out here, and 98% humidity in there. It's almost kind of raining in there, it feels. But yeah, so that worked good, at least over there. We'll see how it did for the potatoes through this particular area. Here's some potatoes that are exposed to, they actually look really good. So I don't think there's going to be any issues on these potatoes. And then, oops, well, here I got this smudge pot running as well for this Kiat mango tree, which is trying to bloom. I wasn't really too worried about the blooms right now because it's so early in the winter. As this is the first freeze we've really had in December in quite a long time. So it could have plenty of time to rebloom if it had to, but I went ahead and fired this smudge pot up, and because I had filled them up with oil yesterday, so I'm going to have to use it up today and tonight, because they're heavy to try to move if they're full of oil. So I didn't use that one over there, and you can see I got some other trees that are smaller. That was the Glen mango, but it got blown over in the hurricane, so I had to trim it way back, so it's real small. But other than that, yeah, everything went really well tonight. The forecast was pretty much spot on, maybe a touch to the warm side. Sun's starting to come up, and we'll update you for tonight's freeze as well. Okay, it's all about a little after 8 o'clock, December 25th, and we had our second night of freeze. This time the freeze began at 3 a.m. It never really did get all that terribly bad. We did get down to 29 degrees for probably an hour and a half or so, and it's now, we're back to 30 now, so starting to warm up, but I'm trying to, because this is the end of the freeze, I started this at, what was it, 3:30. So I was hoping it would run out of fuel in 5 hours. It's not out yet. See the flame down in there. Hopefully it's getting close. It really did a good job of keeping this jackfruit tree warm, so I'm pretty optimistic here. We tried something a little bit different last night, an experiment. I put a few sprinklers underneath a few trees just to see what it would do. You can see the ice build up over here. It really didn't build up much over there where the water's constantly, maybe some areas you can see some ice down in there. And oh, I guess, yeah, here's a bunch of ice all through here where the water's not hitting as much. But when you get over there where the water's hitting a lot, it really didn't ice up because it's too much water. Now in the future, I'm going to get overhead wobblers and stuff that are meant for this. You can see I've got too much water. It's like a flood in here. So that was kind of an experiment, and I wanted to see, because this water is pumped out of our pond. Oh, ice through here. This water is pumped out of our pond, and the pond water is kind of dirty, so the filter can clog easy. So I definitely learned that I need to, I got the water going over there too on that Sapodilla. But I definitely learned that I need to get a second filter so I can quickly change those filters in the event. So I probably won't do this again, although I did notice it benefited in the tree canopy about 3 degrees, somewhere in there, maybe 2. It kept it at 29 degrees. It was staying 32 inside the canopy of that starfruit tree there. So we will see what happens in the future. But other than that, everything basically went pretty good both of these nights on the freezes, and we shouldn't have any issues. So I'm going to go ahead and just end this update here, and until next time, God bless.